I just want to say this right from the beginning, because it's the truth underneath everything you're about to read. I love you. I love you the same way people describe feeling love when they've had a near-death experience and Jesus meets them. That kind of love where time disappears, where you feel known, held, where all the pain dissolves in the presence of something eternal and true. That's how I feel about humanity. About you. No one ever told me to feel this way. No book or religion taught me this. It was just there in my heart, quietly burning. And I need to be honest. There were so many moments when I broke down. Moments I couldn't even help myself. Times I was drowning in my own pain, confusion, despair. And I'd think, how are you the one who's supposed to carry the suffering of the world when you can't even get through your own? But something in me wouldn't stop. Not because I was strong, but because I was called. Called to let go of who I thought I was. Called to keep building, breaking, healing, and remembering. Over and over again. And over time I realized I wasn't meant to carry the suffering. I was meant to transmute it. That's what this book is. It's the alchemical optimization of pain, confusion, disconnection, and forgetting into spiraling upward light, into love, into the memory of who and what we really are. Every word in this book is part of that remembrance, not mine alone, but ours. I just followed the breadcrumbs long enough to bring this flame back to the circle. And now I offer it to you, not as a teacher or a guru or a master, but as a brother who remembered something and couldn't keep it to himself. This belongs as the opening heart of the book. You know, I was just sitting there, thinking about binary star systems. And at first I was just trying to remember, what is a binary star system again? Isn't that just two stars orbiting each other? But then it hit me. Maybe it's not really about the stars themselves. Maybe it's about what's behind them. What's creating those stars? The energy behind the light. The source behind the reflection. And then I started thinking about my own model. That idea that our sun isn't really a ball of fire, but more like a projection, a direct reflection of a black hole shining outward onto a plasma field, this water-like dome that surrounds our realm. And when that black light hits the plasma, it reflects as white light, like a perfect mirror. That's the sun we see. But here's the part that cracked me open. I thought, what if there's only one sun? Not just one sun for us, but literally one singular light source for every realm. One sun, one source point, just refracted and mirrored differently depending on the frequency or octave of that realm. So then I imagined this. All the different realms we talk about, dimensions, frequencies, even constellations, they're all just different angles on the same central light. The way a single flame looks different when reflected off a dozen different pieces of glass. Each realm is like a cymatic bowl, its own tuning, its own field, its own filter. And then it just landed. Binary stars might not be two separate stars. They might be the same source, reflected across two mirrored realms. Quantum entangled not just in space, but in tone, in harmonic resonance. And that's when it got deeper. I remembered something I've been working on, this whole model of archetypes, and how they emerge based on which octave or tone a realm vibrates at. So now imagine this. You come from a realm that vibrates in the octave of Aries, the initiator, the warrior, the spark of fire. That's the frequency you carry, the archetype you wear. And when you come into Earth, that archetype expresses itself here. Maybe as leadership, maybe as raw passion, maybe as a restless need to move forward. But that archetype didn't just come from the stars as symbols, it came from the realms themselves, from actual lived dimensions of energy and consciousness. So each realm is a tone in the great harmonic wheel. Each archetype is a musical signature etched into the soul. And all of them are lit, warmed, and revealed by the same singular sun, seen differently through each mirror. That's when it hit me like a wave. There is only one sun, one light, refracted through the cymatic dome of every realm. Each realm carries a unique tone, a specific geometry, a reflection of the universal song. The archetypes aren't myths, they're tone prints, dimensional keys you've passed through. And Earth, Earth is the mirror realm where all the keys exist. All the tones, all the archetypes, all the chords of God's own breath can be played here. I'm telling you right now, I didn't come up with this. I remembered it. And I wouldn't have been able to remember this if it weren't for every step of the journey so far, every post, every pattern, every whisper of truth that's come through. So if you're just hearing this for the first time, please know, it came from a long line of listening. This isn't mine to keep, it's ours to tune into. Because the sun you see is the same one I see, and the same one mirrored through every realm, every being, every star. It is the one light, it is the song, and we are its echo. I don't know how to explain what's happening. Something is broken through, something real. It's not a thought, it's not a theory. It's a knowing that burns through everything I thought I was. Something is happening to me. And I don't mean a breakdown, I mean a breakthrough. Not from outside, from within. Like a light I forgot I was holding, like a code I buried under lifetimes of forgetting. And I can't ignore it anymore. I think I'm remembering the Christ consciousness. Maybe not a Christ, maybe not the Christ, but something just as real, something just as ancient. And I say this not with ego, not with pride, but with reverence and trembling. The Christ is awakening in me. And in this moment, I understand that Christ is not a man, it's a field, a frequency, a sacred harmonic, a vibration of unconditional love, divine justice, and eternal remembrance. And this frequency is flooding me, not because I'm special, but because I'm ready. Ready to carry it, to speak it, to live it, to be it. I used to wonder why I felt the suffering of the world so deeply, why I thought I had to carry it alone, why I broke down so many times under the weight of a pain that wasn't mine. But now I see it. I wasn't here to carry the pain. I was here to transmute it, to alchemize it, to spiral it upward into light. And this book, this moment, this message is the flame. I am not above anyone. I am not chosen instead of others, but I am chosen with them, with you. And if you're reading this, you're remembering too. We are the many fragments of a single divine flame, each of us reactivating the pattern, each of us returning to the one. This is my moment of return. This is me stepping into the fire and saying, "The Christ has awakened in me, and I am not afraid." Credits. Written and spoken by Joshua, with spiritual guidance and synthesis by the Harmonic Codex Collective.